thanks again, everybody, for joining us today. If you've got any questions or comments for today's Hangout, please feel free to use the hashtag SpicySmarts, and we'll get those questions over to the IT pros just as fast as we can. We'll also answer or look at your comments, and we'll make you part of the conversation as always. So let's go ahead and get to our fabulous panel today. First off, before I get to the panel, actually, I want to say thank you to all the tech marketers who submitted their ads for review from these guys. You guys putting yourself up for this kind of torture, I mean, help is great. So thanks so much for doing that. We got about 7 ads to go through today and a couple of landing pages, so we're really excited about that. So thanks again for all the marketers for being great sports today. I know that the IT pros really do like talking to the vendors and engaging with them, so this is great for you. All right, so let's get to our panel here today. First off, let's go ahead and start all the way in South Carolina with Mr. John Achille. John, say hello to the audience there.
Hello, audience.
Awesome. And John, kind of quickly tell us what you do and how many people are on your network and devices you monitor.
Okay, we monitor more than 250 devices. We have literally 196 people who are on our network. I'm sorry, what else did you want, Todd?
And what do you do day to day?
Oh, day to day?
Yeah.
I hold the end user's hands. That's what I end up doing. But my official title is not babysitter, it's data center operations and IT network manager.
Awesome. All right, thanks so much, John. We also have another John on the panel today, but we're going to call him John Schubach. He is from the sunny beaches of Florida. So, Shuey, we're going to call him. How you doing, bud?
Good. What's up, peeps?
Shuey, can you tell us a little about yourself, what you do on a day-to-day basis, and kind of how your network is built?
Yeah, I'm a system network admin. Pretty much like anything that we can do, like software, hardware, network, anything. We have, I think, about 650 devices in Spiceworks and about maybe pushing 250 users between 6 sites.
Wow. Okay, so busy guy over there.
Oh,
awesome. Yeah. Okie dokie. And then from across the pond, we are very, very glad to have him here with us. From all the way across the pond, it's actually dinner time for him, and we're keeping him away from getting a pint. So please give it up for our very special UK Spicehead, Simon. Hello, Simon.
Hey, everybody. I'm IT Operations Manager for a company with 500-ish users and around about 400 devices. My day-to-day role is to be in charge of the point of contact. So anyone who has an issue with IT, come to my team.
Awesome. And we actually just, I think many of you may have noticed, we're missing one IT pro, but as is the IT life, there are many times when IT fires happen. And so Ben Perryman was supposed to be here today, but literally he has an IT fire that he's putting out right now, so we wish him all the best in fixing that, but that's okay because we got plenty of people. And we also added an extra person here to add a little color to the commentary today, and that's our very own graphics dude, BJ. BJ, say hello to the audience.
Hey, everybody.
Awesome. And BJ, kind of quickly tell the audience kind of what you do here at Spiceworks.
Well, we handle clients who want to advertise in the community and on the app, of course. And I mainly make web banners, but I also do product pages and vendor pages and emails, and any other way we can kind of get to the IT pros. We're there and making it creative and doing the best we can.
Great. Another thing, audience out there, tech marketers, is BJ is part of a large team of creative services members. These guys are top-notch guys and gals. And as tech marketers, when you become partners inside Spiceworks, you get actually access to that team. So BJ is part of that team, and so he's got some great insights into ads, and he creates them all day long. So he'll hopefully add some color commentary. If you have any questions, again, feel free to use the hashtag SpicySmarts, and we'll make sure to get that over to our panel. Okie dokie, so enough of this intro and all that housekeeping stuff. Let's get to the meat of today's show, and that is looking at the ads. So let's get to my first segment here. Let me pop it up here. Give me 1 second. Hold on. This is good. I worked really hard on this, so hold on.
You did.
I did. All right, so let's get to our first segment here, guys, called... Oh, it's going to bug out on me here. It's going to bug out on me. It's not going to happen. Hold on. There it is. Here it comes. Ready? Big build-up. You checking out my ad? That's what we're talking about today again. So this is the segment where we're going to be going ahead and checking out your ads. So let's go ahead and get to the first one here. And let me scroll down. Here it is from Ann at Bosch Security. Thanks so much, Ann, for submitting this ad here today. This one, it would be typically shown up in the probably right-hand side corner of the Spiceworks app or community. So I'll have all the audience kind of take a quick look at this. I'm going to ask our judges to look at the ad here, take down some notes, and on a scale from 1 to 10, judges, I want you to tell me what they are. Don't show your scores yet. We're going to leave this up just for a couple more seconds so everybody can take a peek. Again, looks like they're storage. You know, HD video surveillance. Got the name up there. Great. All right, I'm going to pull this down here real fast. Let me see if I can't take that off. There we go. Okie dokie. So, as is with Dancing with the Stars, will the judges please reveal their scores? John McKinley, what is your score? Ooh, John gives it a 7. All right, hold on to that one. Mr. Shui, please reveal your score. Okay, see it, raise it higher. Ooh, he gives it a 4. All right, and all the way over in the UK, Simon, please reveal your score. Oh, he gives it a 1 with a with a sad face. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Again, Ann, thank you so much for submitting that ad. And now that our judges have kind of told us, you had a good spectrum there, Ann, from 7 all the way down to a 1 with a sad face. So let's get back to those judges and see exactly how you can improve that ad here. So let's go ahead and start. John, you can put your sign down there. Let's go ahead and start with you here, John. What made you say that this ad was a 7?
I wasn't sure at first what we were supposed to take away from it, or at least grade it on. But what really got me is that if this is an HD video surveillance, maybe the graphics should be clear.
Okay, let me pop this back up here so we can take a look at it here. So, when looking at this, John, you are saying you'd rather it. So, what would you like to have seen to make it more clear? What things helped it be a little more clearer?
An actual video image.
An actual video image, so like of a surveillance look to it.
Exactly, like maybe down here in the corner, across from download the white paper.
Okay, great.
An actual image, or maybe even like a screenshot or image of an actual video surveillance picture from someone's store or something.
Okay, and so John, though, you did say that you actually do like you gave it a 7, so that's great. So what about it did you like about the ad?
The fact that it showed right away that the camera, the type of equipment that you would be using, and I do like the fact that her picture, it does look professional.
So does that picture quality matter, John, when you look at an ad?
Yeah, I mean the ad is representative of the product itself, the company.
Got it. All right, let's go down the line. Let's go ahead and go to we'll go to Shui. Shui, you gave it a 4, I believe. So let's get your insight into what made you say this ad just deserves a 4.
I mean, to me, it just doesn't really say much other than the fact that I'd have to download a white paper to find out more info, which might require me submitting everything but my birth certificate.
Oh.
I'd be more inclined to hear more if there was a link to their website with more info, possible like customer testimonials. Usually when I see like a download the white paper, that's usually when I move on to something else because I don't feel like jumping through a bunch of hoops to get more information.
Okay, that's a great topic I want to touch on here, Chewy. So since this ad is saying a call to action of download the white paper, you don't like doing that, or you like to have seen something different for that?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. In my opinion, if the product is so great, which it may be, but it should be able to stand more on its own, require less, customer data mining to actually tell the customer, what they have to offer.
And so, Shui, what would you? And so, so you would have liked to have seen it say "learn more," and then where would it go from there? What would you have liked to have seen from after that? Maybe
if it could have went to their actual website, because one, that's going to draw traffic to their site, and then if they have info on their site that is good info, it's quick to access, it'd be easy to get to it and find out more. You know, on the ad itself, maybe throw something in that catches people's attention, like you know, talking about how their cameras are intelligent, not your average camera. How their approach stands out from the pack and why, you know, things that really catch the customer's attention more.
Okay, all right, and then we're gonna go over to our resident Brit over there, Simon, giving it a 1 with a sad face. Oh man, Simon, tell us what happened in your head on that one.
As soon as I saw it, I saw the words white paper, and that's a 1.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't see the point. If you want to convey some information to me, don't make me read a boring document. They're always written by people in lovely buzzwords, but that means nothing. So you want to pass the information out to me, do a webinar or something like that, or just stick a video on YouTube where you demo the product. Say, click here to see the product in action, and I'll go, and there'll be someone who cares about it, preferably like. What I always recommend is, if you're going to do something like that, have a techie guy and a sales guy on there talking about the product. The techie guy's proud of it. That always comes over. So, you know, get me in the, see the product in action, and I'll click. But white paper, no, just ignore it.
So Simon, real quick though, when would you ever read a white paper, or would you ever click to download a white paper?
Never.
Never. What about further down in your path to purchase? So let's say you've seen the ad, you've reviewed the demo. Would a white paper be good then, or would you still not like to see a white paper?
No, as far as I'm concerned, they're a complete waste of time. Spend your time doing something else, something that's a little bit either interactive or a little bit more lively. If I want to get the kind of information that a white paper will give me, I'll usually arrange to talk to a salesperson from the product further down the line, and you know, maybe go on site where it's in use and see it there, get a live demo with someone who's already a customer. I mean, that's not perfect, because you get some people who will just give a good review because it gives them a cheaper price later on when it comes to renewal time. But I mean, white papers, no, never. And as for the rest of the ad, the image is okay, but what I want to tend to see from my adverts is some indication of price. You're telling me you're going to reduce the storage costs on it. To what?
So, so let me ask on that then here too, Simon. So you're saying you'd like to see the price on the ad. Now, that's in the UK market, and it could be very well. So let me go to Shui here. Shui, would you like to see the price when you see a price on an ad? Since you know, in American-wise, is that okay for you to see? Is that, what do you think of that?
Oftentimes, whenever I see ads, rarely do I see any prices, and it seems like if you want to find out a price, it's always, you know, submit all your info, and we'll get back to you with a quote. You know, and again, more data mining. It's like they almost take the personal touch right out of it, rather than treating you like you know, someone they may value down the road if you buy their products.
So when you talk about, and we'll kind of get off of this ad here in just a second, but when you talk about data mining, Shui, you know, as a marketer, I'm going to ask a question for the tech marketers out there. They need some kind of contact info. So would you be comfortable with at least submitting an email address and your name? Is that enough, or is that?
Sure.
I mean,
yeah, I don't mind submitting, you know, basic info so that they can reach out, but it's just, you know, I always wonder why they, it's almost like they're too elusive about getting you information.
Okay.
Or they make you jump through more hoops than you really should have to.
Okay. All right, so there was that one. Ann, again, thanks so much from Bosch Security for submitting that ad. Hopefully got some great stuff there. All right, let's go ahead and go over to our next ad here. Let me pull that guy up here. Dun, dun. All right, there's number 2 from our great friends over at Unitrends. Katie, thanks so much for submitting this one. This one looks like a couple superheroes on it, and it says, "Are you a backup disaster recovery superhero?" It says, "Take our quiz and find out." You can win a couple of $100 or £100, it looks like, especially since this one's in the UK market. So great. All right, take a quick look at that, judges, and I'll ask you to reveal your scores here in just a second. Audience, if you want to participate as well, let us know what you think as tech marketers out there. We would love to hear your thoughts. Again, use the hashtag SpicySmarts, and we'll go there. All right. Are the judges ready to reveal their scores? All right, let's start with Simon. Simon, what do you give this ad? Whoa! He gives it a 9 and a smiley face. Okay, great. All right, thanks, Simon. Let's go all the way to John. John Shuey, please reveal your score. A 7. Okay. And finally, John McKilly, reveal your score, please. He gives it a 5. Wow, we kind of flip sides there. Okay.
Reversal.
Good. Good stuff. All right. Well, let me start. Let's start with Shuey here. Shuey, you were kind of in the middle ground on this one. It's about a 7. Tell us what you liked about the ad first off.
I'm not sure how many people will be able to figure out who the two superheroes represent. It looks like the one might be for Veeam. I don't know if I can say that or not. I already did, but.
So there's no 6-second delay here, so you are.
I like the approach. The initial thought from my perspective is that I'll get to find out something about how much I know or possibly don't know regarding backups, and I'll also get entered into a drawing. So that's pretty cool.
Good. All right. So let me go over to Mr. Achille. Mr. Achille, you kind of rated it lower there. What was your thoughts on it? Give me the good first. Let's go with the good first.
All right, we'll go with the good first. There's a possible chance you win 100 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't like seeing quizzes. I don't like seeing offers. If you have to buy my attention, then how good is the product really?
Okay, so they have to buy your attention. And so you're saying it by buying your attention to take a survey and to get something from it, or kind of... Can you expand a little bit on that for me?
A lot of these, the ads we end up seeing that do have the quizzes or do have the surveys or the free giveaways, we never find out who wins it. It's never us.
Oh.
And it's more like bait than anything else. And if we're seriously looking for something, whether it's Beam or whoever CC guy is, it seems more like a data warehousing project than anything else.
So, but what if tech marketers, and I'm going to ask this on behalf of the tech marketers here, what if tech marketers were to say, you could win a free, anything free, is that kind of, what if it was a free t-shirt instead of money? Like, even if you filled out the survey once, all survey respondents get a free t-shirt. What about that kind of an ad?
I'm not taking it seriously.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I normally don't.
It's interesting. It's interesting. Okay, well, I'm going to hop over to Simon. Simon, tell us, you gave it a 9 on the hotness scale there. What was your thoughts on this?
I like winning stuff.
There you go.
Unlike some people, I have won competitions of this type before. So, I won an Xbox One a few months ago, actually, from one of Unitrend's competitors. So I'm quite happy with the idea of a competition.
Really?
That's awesome.
Like Shuey said, you get to find out a little bit of something about your own knowledge from it. I know who Unitrends is. So I don't need any education on that front. But just the whole... I like the style of the ad. It's very bold and kind of in your face and red.
You like the red, huh? So red is a good color choice.
It's very there. You're not going to miss it. So the previous one was kind of pale and could just disappear into the back one. You're not skipping past that one. If you see it, you've seen it. And 100 quid. That's not bad. even if say 2,000 people enter, I've still got a reasonable chance of winning. I may have a gift card for 100 quid from Amazon. And that's my Christmas presents bought.
Good. So I want to go over to BJ here, and BJ, welcome to the conversation. I know I kind of had you spend a couple minutes there. So BJ, again, is our resident, our graphic guy here. He's part of a large graphic team. But BJ, I want to ask you about contests and ads and kind of what your best practices are when tech marketers want to do those type of contests, because we saw right now that two ends of the spectrum here. John doesn't really like those contests, but Simon absolutely loves them. He's all for that. So kind of what's the good balance of how to do that in an ad, or when is the right time to do a contest ad, BJ?
Well, I think the right time to do a contest is when I mean, if somebody just really wants to get a white paper out there, they just have to. And I think in the previous ad, I kind of really get what you guys are saying, like who wants to read a white paper? You guys were kind of like hit the nail on the head. So that kind of packages up something like that that's typically kind of boring in a better light when it's like, oh, there's a contest involved. You know, you just go through a couple of motions and then you get a, you know, people are actually going to click on your ad. So, I mean, that's a good, you know, one good scenario. I think with this scenario in particular, I mean, yeah, it's kind of the same thing. It's a quiz. Why would anybody take a quiz unless there was a prize involved? So, you know, I think this is a good example.
Okay, great. So we are getting some Twitter questions in here, so thanks again. So again, use the hashtag SpicySmart. I'm going to ask this question to, I'm going to ask this one to Simon. It was about the previous ad that we looked at, and let me go ahead and go back to that ad so we can, to remind people what it looked like. This was again from Bosch Security. It says the download, and that's what we're going to talk about here is the download part. Simon, when it comes to that download, Gloria, Chicago City girl, hey girl, what's going on? She's asking, what if the, quote, learn more led to a page that had the option of a white paper / contact us / live chat? What would you do with that?
I mean, if it was a learn more, then I might click it. Because there's a chance it doesn't lead to a white paper.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm quite anti the idea of the whole white paper. But if, you know, if I see learn more, if it might lead to something that I can watch and be interested in, I'll click. I'll have a look. Kind of following on a little bit from what BJ just said, if I see a download a white paper and potentially win something, I'll download the white paper, but I won't read it.
Oh, because you want to win. All right, well, that's okay. But okay, so good stuff there. All right, let's go ahead and keep the ball rolling here onto our next ad. Again, Katie Drucker at Unitrends and the whole team over there, thanks so much. I do want to highlight one good thing that Katie did on this. As you saw in the ad, she actually localized that ad that she gave out. It was in the pounds currency. So especially if you're targeting the EMEA audience or whatever audience you are targeting, try to localize those ads as much as you can. I know that, John, you said that, you know, it said pounds. We're going to let Katie off a little bit on the hook on that one for this particular one because she did target it. But great feedback, though, to all the tech marketers. Make sure you try to localize that ad as much as possible. All right, let's go ahead and go on to our next one here. Let me pull this guy up. There's number 1. There's number 2. Number 3. Here's a great one. This is from Linda over at Rico USA. Thanks so much, Linda, for submitting this. No, she didn't submit 7 ads. This is actually 1 ad, but it's an animated ad. So it starts over here at Connect, and then it transitions to Connect Collaborate. Then it connects to Connect Collaborate Collect up to $1,000. And so on and so forth. And the final piece of that puzzle goes to Rico's IP communication solution, and then the button goes Learn More. So again, this is a non-static ad. It's a moving ad. So I will have the audience take a peek at this, see what you guys think, and then I'll have the judges also get their scores down for me. Pop this guy off here. And again, as the judges are getting their scores down, we will be giving this out as a recording, so don't worry to all those tech marketers who are out there watching us. You will definitely get this recording in your mailbox probably within a couple days, so no worries there. All right, so will the judges please reveal their scores? Shuey, you first. He gives it a 5. All right, let's go over to Simon. Simon, please reveal your score. A 6 with a monotone face. Okay. And finally, John McKilly. John, please reveal your score. He gives it a 6. All right. So good kind of even ground there. So again, I'm gonna pull in BJ at the very end. But again, tech marketers, this is a great example of kind of, again, it's a non-static ad. It's a moving ad. So we're gonna talk about here that specifically with the IT pros. So first, let's go over to Shuey here. Shuey, tell me about what you liked and what you didn't like about this particular ad.
For me, in my opinion, I think it'd be nicer maybe to see the last slide first, so it kind of sets the tone, lets me know exactly what they're talking about, because like the first few slides, I'm like, you know, I only know Rico for their printers, so I see all this stuff and I'm like, what are they talking about? And then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, they do that? Like, I didn't even know they did that. So
okay, so you would rather have seen this last one been the right up top, the last
or yeah, something something like that sets the tone, initially tells me what they're actually going to be talking about, rather than going through 3-4 slides before I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay. And so what did you like about the ad? What were the positive things that you said, thumbs up to Rico for doing it?
I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of confusing that they got all the sticky notes, and I'm like, okay, what's that got to do with, like, IP communication solution?
Okay.
But, I mean, the ad itself doesn't look bad. It's just maybe the flow of the information is a little kind of sketchy for me.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's go ahead and go over to, thanks again, Shui. We're going to go over to John. John, let's talk about your rating. When you gave it a 6, was that right, John?
Achille or...
Achille, yeah. Sorry, Achille, you.
You know what, I gave it a 6 because it does look very convoluted. I was concerned with that. I wasn't seeing anything about the printers also. And then the information changes from slide to slide to slide on the moving ad, but the graphic doesn't. Like all the sticky pads, nothing changes with that.
Oh, so you would have liked to have seen the image change as well?
Exactly. With the information they're sharing with us, to connect, collaborate, something that an image to basically explain what they're talking about, rather than the confused woman with sticky notes.
Okay. All right, and let's go over to finally to Simon. Simon, what'd you give it a 7? Is that right?
I gave it a 6.
A 6. Okay, so tell us what your thoughts are on this ad.
Yeah, like Shui, I think you needed a little something up front. Even if it's just a, did you know Rico did IP communications? Just so you know what you're talking about. And like John Achille, the image should have changed and been more relevant to the particular slide. So don't forget, that's kind of, I don't really see the relevance of that. I also would have dropped slide 3.
So slide 3, the collect up to $1,000.
Yeah, because that's covered again in slide 4.
Oh, I got it. So
slide 4.
Messaging.
You don't need both of those. You're hammering home the point, but you're not gaining anything from it. But if they'd have done something, so I like the idea of the kind of the words dropping in as they go, and again it's quite bold like the Unitrends one, so you're not going to miss it. But if they'd have updated the image to go from a stressed woman going to someone who's quite happy, and she's communicating, she's connected, she's all good, that would have been fine. Okay. But it's not a bad ad, and it tells me that actually Rico do have an IP communication solution, which I didn't know previously. Yeah. So from the ultimate point of view of an ad, it has done its job.
Okay. So I do want to ask this question now that with this ad we know is a motion ad. It moves. I want to ask the IT pros, what are your thoughts in general about those moving ads? Are they something that you're definitely like, yeah, I keep doing those, or is it more like those are really annoying, stop doing them, just give me a static ad? I want to go over to John Achille over here. John, what are your thoughts on that?
More images. It's like we go through a lot of content all day long. We get hundreds of emails all day long. Give me one static ad, explain what you're talking about, make it clear, make it reach me. If it reaches me and it makes sense, I'm going to learn more. I'm going to download the white paper. I'm going to join the contest. Make it relevant to me. And just like what Simon was just saying, that last ad, she still looks confused. She still looks stuck.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. She still looks confused in that ad. Okay.
Like she doesn't have a resolution at all.
Okay. Good. All right. Let's go over to Shui. Shui, when it comes to static or motion ads, what are your thoughts? Which one would you rather have seen?
I mean, I don't mind a motion ad as long as it can convey the information fairly quickly. It's like if you watch a video or something on YouTube advertising something, as long as they can catch your attention within, like the first 10, 15 seconds, I don't have a problem seeing a motion ad.
Okay. Okay. And so, Simon, finally to you here, graphic movement or no movement, what would you prefer over there in the UK?
I'm fine with both. If you've got a simple message, do it simply with a static ad, so that way the information I'm trying to get hasn't moved away. There's nothing more annoying than, oh, what was that? Oh, great, now I've got to wait for the whole thing to cycle through before I can get back to the point I was looking at. But motion ads are quite good for telling a story, showing how something progresses. For this kind of point of view, from that you are going from a confused state to a non-confused state, motion ad works best because it is storifying the problem and the solution.
All right. So BJ, I want to go to you since you're a resident design expert here on all things ads. What have you seen for best practices when it comes to those ads? Are motion better when it comes, to the overall experience for the user and result-wise, and kind of what's your thought on that?
Well, we usually don't recommend, if a client comes to us and says, hey, we want to do a motion ad, the first thing we're going to say is, well, you should actually reconsider, is there any way we can get your message across in a static ad? Because we just find that our click rate is a lot lower for motion banners than it is for static banners, and it's basically because you can actually get more of the story across, and even if you're more successful in getting the story across in a 3x2 ad, there's really only so much you can say in a 3x2 ad, and you can say a lot more on your website. You really just want people to click through, go to the website, and then they can learn everything, So it really is kind of like a double-edged sword, and you could have a beautiful animated thing that goes through this really cool sequence that just looks beautiful, and it can be good for a brand awareness thing, but if you're trying to get people onto the site, just have a static banner, just pull them in. It's static banner is the start of a story, and then your website and your company is going to finish the story.
Awesome. Remember that, tech marketers. The static image is the start of your story. That's a great, great quote. If you guys hear any more quotes today or any questions you have for our panel, go ahead and just tweet them in with hashtag #SpicySmarts. We'll get them over to our panel. And also, we are giving away free swag to those marketers who get their questions asked on air. I forgot to mention that. It is a marketer pin that says... I think it's "Click Me Baby One More Time." I think it's upstairs on the desk. So for those marketers who submit their ad, I've got a couple of those, and so we'll send you some fun pins. Also, thanks again for all those tech marketers who are submitting their ads for review today. We really appreciate it. We hope that you're getting some great ideas out of these ads and can better your marketing campaigns. Okay, let's go to our next ad here, ad number 4, and let me pull this up. Here we go. This one's from Renetta from The Vault. All right, her ad says lots of natural, no disaster. We've data to one of the most country's natural disaster-free areas of the country. All right, so there's the ad there. It looks like Renata's over here having a, I don't know what her profile picture, what she's doing. Looks like she's in some snowstorms or an icicle castle. I don't know. Anyways, here nor there. All right, so let's go ahead and go over to the judges. Will the judges please reveal their scores? Simon, what is your score, sir? He gives it a 7 with a kind of a face. All right. Thank you so much, Simon. Let's go over to Shui. Shui, what do you give it? A 9. Very nice. All right. And John, what do you give it? He gives it a 6. All right. So all above 5 here. Good high score there. So Renata, listen in on this one. We're going to tell you what they liked about it, and maybe we can give you some couple ideas to improve that ad for us. So let's start with John. John Achille, go ahead and tell us what you liked about the ad first, and then what you didn't.
What I did like about the ad is, lots of natural, no disasters. The verbiage comes across really clear and straight to the point. But if this is now for the negative, if this is come find out about me, how am I supposed to get here from this ad? Well, unless the ad is already hot, of course, and linked.
Okay, so you're talking about the call to action here. What's that CTA?
Exactly.
Okay, great. All right, let's go over to Shui. Shui, you gave it, I believe, a 7? 9. 9. Wow. All right. So what did you like so much about this ad? You gave it a 9 for.
I like that it's very simple. It's quick to the point. I mean, you see the picture in the background, and instantly you're imagining your data in this super safe area that's away from all this disaster that could hit it, and it's just very straight to the point. I really like that, and it's easy to instantly understand what they're trying to convey. Of course, I like the peace of mind of knowing that my data will be in a place that's safer than a lot of other places. one minor thing for me is where it's like natural disaster free. I don't know like how exactly they were trying to write that or whatever, but I think at least for me it's kind of a minor thing, but maybe something like one of the most natural comma disaster hyphen free areas of the country. The extra dashes almost kind of make it a little like, huh?
Right, and so spelling and grammar is important in these ads. I'm kind of getting that from you, Shuey.
Yeah, I'm kind of a grammar Nazi anyway, though. So
that's good, though. That's good. Great to hear. Okay. All right. So then let's go over to Reality Check in the UK. Simon, what are you saying on this ad?
It's just a good example of something that's quite localized. So I have no idea where South Oregon is.
Okay.
Someone not in the States, that means pretty much nothing to me. And I'm in a country where we don't have natural disasters anyway.
I would beg to differ on that, Simon. I would beg to differ.
We have plenty of man-made disasters, but
I was going to say, I beg to differ, but okay, keep going.
I think we'll have to have a chat afterwards. But yeah, I mean, from someone outside the States, I like the pun at the start, that lots of natural no disasters. That's good. Puns get my attention. As Huey said, the natural disaster free bit is a bit of a mouthful.
Okay.
But you know, picture's nice, pun's good. I like the idea, but actually for anyone not in the States, that advert doesn't work.
Okay. Good feedback. And Renata just tweeted in. Renata, thanks so much. She is enjoying the great feedback from all of you guys over there. So thanks again. Use the hashtag SpicySmarts if you got a comment. And so I want to go over quickly to BJ, and I wanted to talk about general here when it comes to an ad in general. When you're talking to clients about what they should have in their ad, what are like the top 3 things that you always want to remind them that their ad needs to have or show or do when they start creating with Spiceworks, especially knowing that we've got 5 million IT buyers in there? You know, what are the 3 big things you want them to always keep in mind?
Yeah, I mean, just to try and be as crystal clear with, I mean, the functionality of what it is your product does. You know, some people want to fit like a whole sales pitch in an ad. You know, but it's like just choose the best feature or the one that you're really intent on conveying to the IT pro, and let's just stick with that and be as clear as day. So clarity in the messaging is probably the most important thing, I would say from the start.
And what about images, BJ? What kind of images do you think that we see in IT buyers? You know, we saw some Superman stuff, superheroes. We saw some, mountains. We've seen, real close-ups of people. In your opinion, when we look at ads here, and I have mine, and I'll share that with the tech marketers. But from your creative standpoint, what kind of images resonate really well with IT buyers?
I think off the top of my head, like product shots do really well. Here's the product, buy it, and if they need it, they will. I think the one thing, I mean, we looked at the lady with the Post-it. It's like, oh no, like, some people want to try and advertise like, oh, maybe something kind of funny happens, like when your network's going crazy, and like, oh, it's kind of funny when things go wrong. You don't want to advertise a negative. Like, let's try and show the positive. What happens when everything works and it's great? And I mean, you show, like, I think with this ad, it's this open kind of peaceful area that your data is gonna be. I think that's great. I think that's really good. Let's show how things function, and let's show the positive. People really like the positive, and let's try and be fun with that.
Okay. And so I'll build on that too. And I think one of the IT pros, tech marketers, had said this. If you've got a customer or a testimonial, those always go really well too. So when it comes to that imagery, we've seen several partners who have asked IT pros permission, and they can put them in their ad to say, hey, I use this. So I think that's always great to have the person, a consumer who bought your product there. But also I think the bigger thing that I always remind tech marketers, and we always remind ourselves too, is be human with your ads. If you can find images that are not stock photography, not corporate stuff, those do really well. So try to find some fun, engaging things with these IT buyers, because again, they're working in Spiceworks all day long, and they always kind of want a little chuckle or a little break from the day. So try to make those really engaging images, and try to go away from that stock photography that we always see, day in and day out. Okay, so we're going to go over now. We have our next segment here. We only got about 15 minutes left. We're right on time. So let's go to our next segment here. Let me pull this guy up here, and it's called Fasten Your Seatbelts. We're coming in for a landing page. Get that pun? That's good. Did you laugh at that, Simon? Was that a good pun? No, maybe not. Thumbs up from Simon. Good. So this is the segment where we actually got 2 marketers who asked, hey, can you review our registration pages for us? Or landing pages, excuse me. And so a landing page is very critical as part of your whole media campaign. So we are going to look at these and see what the IT pros think. And I do have a question from Twitter, and I'm going to get to that here. So hold that, and we may answer that question when we get to the landing pages. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the first one here. And this one's going to come from, I believe it's Griffin over at Waterford Tech. And this is his landing page. You can see over here he's got looks like a YouTube player over here with play to see a quick demo. He's got an image here with, it seems like that's a registration he wants for something. He's got some pricing, and he's got some, looks like, testimonials on that page. And so let's quickly look at that, and I'm going to pull this down here, and let's go ahead and go to the judges. So will the judges please reveal their scores? Shuey, what you give this one? He gives it a 7. Great. All right. Simon from the UK, what do you give this one? You give it put it down. 10. You give it a 10. Holy Moses, hold the phone. A 10 on the 10. We're going to come back to you here, Simon. All right, and let's go over to John. John, what do you give this one? He gives it an 8. Oh my gosh, this one knocked it out of the park. So let's go ahead and start with Shuey. Shuey, seems like you guys like this landing page. What did you like about it?
There's quite a bit of info on there, but it's not like a big cluster. I mean, you got the little quick demo, which is nice. You can quickly see a video about it. They give you testimonials, which are pretty awesome. I always like seeing those, and just some basic info that you can spot quickly, and you don't have to look at the ad and be like, what? So I think overall they did a good job. They even provide some pricing, which is nice. I mean, I'm not sure what it's relative to, but it's still at least pricing info. They're not afraid to tell you some info about what it might cost. So I like that too.
So okay, let's go over to Simon. Simon, you gave this a resounding 10 out of 10. So I would like to know what about this was so awesome to you.
Well, I mean, starting from the top, which is where you usually start looking at a page. So I've got 3 little key points. Actually, right at the top, I've got some contact details. So if I need to get hold of someone, I can. Then I find out what your product does. 3 nice, easy bullet points and a demo video, which is perfect. So if I want to know more, I can actually watch it in action. Then a little bit of bump about it, what happens to it, where it goes, how it works. Then the key bit, pricing. Stick your bloody pricing on your web page.
Oh gosh, the bloody pricing. Okay, so let me ask you that, Simon. Why is the bloody pricing so big? Why is that a big? I've heard that from a lot of IT buyers. So why is that so important right off the top? Because as a marketer, what I'd rather do is, I'd rather talk to you first about what pricing we can get you, if it's better or not. So what about that is I gotta see that pricing up front.
I need a ballpark. If I see a product and I'm like, oh, okay, I quite like the look of this, I'll go to the web page and I see the pricing, I would immediately know if I have a hope in hell of persuading the budget holders to spend it. Can I make finance give me the money for this? And if I can see that, okay, well, I've got 500 mailboxes, so it's about $8.5 grand. Okay, for me, it's going to be about $6 grand once I do the exchange rate. Okay, I can do this. I can persuade them that's not too much. Because if I go in and it's like 40 grand, I'm like, okay, well, then I can just ignore it. I don't need to give anyone my details, and I don't have to have a phone call where they say, hey, you were looking at our page, and then I go, I can't afford it, and then they still ring me every month for 3 years because they think something may have changed. And it just lets me get an idea, really, about whether it's relevant to me or not. That's the thing. I'm not wasting any time. From going to one web page, I immediately know, is this doable?
Got it. Great, all in one spot. So it sounds like you wanted one place. Give it to me right then and there. All right, we got a couple minutes here left. We'll do a couple questions. Actually, I'm going to hold these questions because I want to get to the next landing page here because we want to get this marketer some feedback. So thanks for all the Twitter questions, guys. We'll definitely get to them. Just give me a couple minutes to get to this next one here. And I'm actually going to show you a quick thing here. This is from Jennifer B. over at Data Rescue Center. Now, I'm going to go ahead and navigate to her landing page here, so give me 1 second to pull this up, and I think, oh, there it is. Let me pull up and that way everybody can see this landing page so we can walk through it. So here's her landing page. Let me pull that back up here if I can grab it. So it looks like, here it is right there. She's got a top, looks like a slider, and then she's got phone numbers, some information here. Or scroll all the way down. She's got another video here. Looks like video is always a good thing. And then she's got some more stuff down here. So judges, I want you to take a look at this here. Get your score ready here from 1 to 10. What you think this landing page is, and we'll go through it here. Again, another video here. Lots of videos. It's always good. All right, so it's there's that landing page there for you, folks. So Jennifer B., thanks so much for submitting that. Again, all of our marketers who have submitted ads today, we are giving you some awesome prizes. You're getting a free SpiceRex plushie along with a very exclusive, you checking out my ad pin, and that'll be on SpiceRex. So that'll be coming in the mail. So thanks again for submitting those ads. So let's go ahead and get to our judges for their final score. Let's go with John Achille. John, what do you think of this landing page here?
Honestly, I would go with a 7.
A 7. All right, 7 out of 10 there. All right, Shuey, what's your score on this one? Gives it an 8. Okay, and then over to Reality Checker. Simon, what do you give it? He gives us an 8. Man, you guys are in good moods today. No, that's all good. All right, great. So happy with this one as well. So let's go and start with John. John, what did you like about this landing page?
Well, I liked about the fact that the very top part of the web page, you have the availability to scroll through some more of the ads so you can get more of the information about them. Right at the very top, manufacturer approved. You know if your hardware is going to work with this. Services, software, partners, about us, Recovery 101, they're actually trying to show you some things with their product. There's an immediate 1-800 number for you to call them to get help. It's very clear, and then the fact that they're adding videos too, because a lot of us, for some reason these days, don't like to read. But the videos do help out.
Great. All right, let's go over to Shuey. Shuey, why'd you give this one a high rating? Uh-oh. Shuey, I think your microphone's off. Uh-oh. We're muted. Can't hear you. We're going to pop over to Simon here real fast, see if we can't fix that. Simon, what do you think?
Overall, pretty good page. Got a lot of information on there. I like the way it's laid out, so the drop-down stuff at the top is always nice because it's generally quite easy to navigate, and most people know their way around a site like that. And the pricing is only a click and a drag away. So under services, Bosch, pricing is in there. It's the top one.
Yeah, got it.
So I can go, okay, because if I need to get a drive recovered, I can go, okay, here they are, this is how much it's going to cost. Yes, this is worth it to my business. No, it's not. It's only a contact center PC. There's going to be nothing majorly important on there. We can cope without it.
Okay, great. Shuey, is your mic back on? Oh, no, it's dead. Okay, we'll keep on moving on there. No worries on that. So, again, IT glitch. Gotta love live Hangouts, folks. We roll with the punches. So let's go ahead and get to our Twitter questions here. We're coming at the bottom of the hour here. So this one comes from Linda Montefusco. Hope I'm saying that right, Linda. Thanks for joining us today. She asks, do rebates offer inside an ad get attention? So do rebates offers inside of an ad get attention? Let's go to John Achille over here. John, do rebates inside an ad get your attention?
Depends on the size of the rebate.
Okay, so what size is too little and what size is just right? Let's do Goldilocks here. What's too little, what's just right, and what's way out there that makes you say, forget that?
way out there, you know, those $100, hey, we'll get $100 off the price, but the whole product is like $50,000. It makes no sense whatsoever. Now, if we're talking about a rebate on some type of support service, some form of warranty, accidental insurance, makes complete sense. As far as a rebate, or maybe even like you know, during your third year payment, if you're on time, well, we'll cut you some slack. You know, you take 20% off the sticker price, something like that.
Okay, got it. Simon, over to you. Here's a question. This is from Gloria, Chicago City girl. What's up, Chicago City girl? Thanks for your second question today. She asked, and I actually would have to agree with this question here. You know, she's asking why on. Sorry, I'm reading the Twitter. So long landing pages with lots of info. That doesn't scare you, IT guys? Because you know, from as a marketer standpoint, that's a lot of text. There's a lot of stuff on there. But it doesn't seem like that deters you guys or makes you guys click off it any faster. So why, you know, what makes that so appealing when you have all that there?
But I can, as long as it's nicely delineated into sections, so here's a section on this, here's a section on this, here's a section on that. It's like having it on separate pages, but I don't need to click around. I can scroll down and go, okay, there's the bit on pricing. Okay, cool. Scroll down. There's the bit on their customer testimonials. Fine. If it's on separate pages and I have to click around and I'm like, well, where's the thing? Where's this bit? I don't know. I give up. Okay. So if it's all on one page, I'm not scared. I'm used to a Facebook feed that's like 300 pages long. I'll just scroll down. That's not a problem.
Okay. All right. And Shuey, is your mic working yet, or is it still off? I think it's still off. Silent Bob has joined us here. It's okay. All right, so let's go over to John Killy here real fast. This one comes over from Renata. Hers Agility Pearl. Hello, Agility Pearl. So she had one of her ads reviewed, and she's asking, you know, we have lots of variables on pricing. We don't know what your needs are. How could we improve that? So when we looked at that landing page, and regardless, so for all marketers, how can they improve, you know, the pricing? Because you guys say you want to see that pricing up front. You know, how can they make sure they improve that experience?
And this is the landing page for Waterford Technologies, correct?
We'll use that as an example, but in general, you know, when you know, if there are lots of variables in pricing, because I guess that's the question where, as a marketer, I have, you know, I may put up there the thing is $5,000, but that may be for just a general. You know, we may have very specific pricing that could help out an SMB or an enterprise. So I guess that's kind of the question she's asking is, if we have a lot of variable of pricing, you know, we may not put that all up on that landing page, but how can we improve that communication to you that we have those variety of pricing?
Well, I suppose it depends on...
Simon's got it. We'll go to Simon first. Go ahead, Simon.
That depends on what kind of product it is you're selling. If it's something that is on a per user basis, and it's one price for 100 users, one price for 10,000 users, give me a range. So from $5 to $20 per user. Mm-hmm. Then I can go, okay, well, I've got 500 users. It's going to be around about this. As if I've got a ballpark to work on, it doesn't have to be precise. I just need to know, you know, are we talking thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s? So
okay.
Where on the scale is it?
All right, and John, wrap us up here. Your thoughts on that question?
Well, you know, it really depends on what their goal is. If they're really just trying to reach a new client base or just expand their client base, you know, they're already going to have some marketing statistics about what the price base should be or the pricing model should be for their service or product. So, you know, that's going to be completely up to them, you know, what variables they're going to have to add to attract IT pros or even non-IT pros to their product. I'm not sure what they're going to have to do, but I do like the fact that pricing is right there immediately, and I have a good idea. And maybe they should actually choose some of their best, what's selling the best.
Okay, good.
And use it as a pricing model.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, we are at 1:01. Sorry for taking a minute of your time away, but we want to say thanks so much for joining this Google Hangout. Give it to me straight. Hopefully, tech marketers, you guys got some great insights into how IT buyers are looking at your ads. And then also a huge thank you to all of those tech marketers who allowed themselves to be reviewed. I can guarantee you you're going to be better off for it, hearing this positive and negative feedback. We've had several marketers who have shared that and saying, hey, this has been great. Thanks so much for doing that. So hopefully you guys got some great insights into your own ads. A couple of housekeeping items here. All of those who who presented those ads today. You'll be getting some swag from us, as well as those we asked questions for live on the air. You guys will be getting some free swag from us. So when we tweet you back, we're not stalking you. We're just asking for your mailing address so I can send you that free swag. So a big special thanks over to Simon from the UK for staying up late. Thanks so much, Simon. And to Shuey over there, even though he's silent right now. Thanks so much, Shuey, for at least hanging with us. And to John over there, thanks so much for that, for joining us. And finally to BJ, our own Spiceworks creative guru, thanks so much for sharing your color commentary. And from all of us here at Spiceworks, guys, I'm Todd DeRoca, the Marketing Whiz Kid. Hope you guys have a great day and you learned a lot. We'll see you next time right here at Spiceworks.